Hello. In this video, you will get an introduction to searching MEDLINE Complete. We will cover the basics of the advanced search features. In most cases, this is all you will need to search. There are more advanced strategies using medical subject headings, or MESH terms, but we will not be covering MESH terms in this video. In order to access MEDLINE Complete, start on the library homepage. Scroll down to the Frequently Used Databases section, and click on the MEDLINE Complete link. If you are off campus, you will be asked to log in to authenticate your affiliation with PA College or Lancaster General Health. In this case, select how you want to log in and enter your login credentials. If this is not the first screen you see, you may be asked to find your institution. In that case, type in Pennsylvania College of Health Sciences. Then, after you find the college, you will be taken to this screen that you're seeing right now, and you can choose how you want to log in. In this case, I'm going to choose Penn Medicine Lancaster General Health, enter my username and password, When you open MEDLINE Complete, you are, by default, on the Advanced Search screen. So let's take a look at what's all on this screen. At the top here are your search bars where you can enter your search terms. As you scroll down further, you will see a number of options that you have to limit or narrow your search. Things like full text, English language, date of publication. You have an age limiter over here, etc. And you can select all of this before you even hit the search button down here. It's important to keep in mind that if you do not select these items here before you click search, you can still select them on your search results screen. So, let's try a search. I've developed a PICO question, which I'm pulling up here for you to see. So my PICO question is, for patients 65 years and older, does the use of an influenza vaccine reduce the risk of pneumonia compared with patients who have not received the vaccine? So you don't want to take this whole PICO question and enter it into a search bar. Instead, you want to start by pulling out the biggest terms here and using those as your keywords to search. So my biggest terms here, my major concepts in this question are influenza vaccine, pneumonia risk, and then I have an age range of 65 years and older. So let's go back to the MEDLINE Complete search screen and start. So in this first tab, this first bar, I'm going to enter influenza vaccine. And in the next one, I'm going to enter pneumonia risk. But I also had a specific age range, so I do want to include that. But instead of entering it up into the search bars, I'm going to scroll down here and choose the age-related option. So in this age-related box, scroll through here, and you do see we have an option for aged 65 years and older. So let's set some other limiters too while we're here. The first one that we see here is full text, and it may be tempting to set this, but I recommend avoiding that because that means that it's only going to show you items that you can get immediate access to. So items that are here in MEDLINE Complete and that the library licenses. I recommend you do not check this option because we have a network of other libraries throughout the nation that we can get items from. That's called our interlibrary loan system. And you can have them within a couple of days. So you really don't want to limit yourself just to what we have full text access to when we can get you pretty much anything else pretty quickly. The next typical limiter is the date of publication. For the purposes of this search, I'm going to set it for 10 years, so I'm going to do 2010 to 2020. If you have a date range that you're looking for, enter it here. And then the next one I'm going to check is English language because I don't read or speak other languages fluently enough that I would be able to follow a scientific article in those languages. I also don't have a translator arranged to help me out with that. If you did want to search for articles in multiple languages, you could scroll down here where it says language, and then you would just hold down the shift key and you could select all of the languages that you wanted to search in. And I've already set my age-related limiter. So now I'm going to click the search button down here at the bottom of the screen. So here's our search results screen, and I do just want to point out that on the left side here where it says refine results, you do see all of the limiters that we have placed on the search already. You can click the X next to them to remove them. Also, there are all of these other limiters that we mentioned on the other page. So you have publication, publisher, language, gender, geography, age, etc. Now, if you take a look at the number of search results I have here, it shows 131, which may seem like a lot of results, but when you're in a database that's searching tens of thousands of articles, 131 really isn't all that bad. But let's say that I still wanted to limit this even more. So as I mentioned, we have these limiters on the left side of the screen. One of those options is subject major heading. So what we did when we searched was we used keywords, meaning that we were searching for articles with those words in them. What I want to do now is I want to look for articles that not only have those words in them, but actually have those words as my subject. So I want to find things that the article is actually about: influenza vaccination and pneumonia risk, rather than just having those words appear in the article. So that's what this subject major heading option will help me do. So I'm going to click this little arrow to pop out the whole menu here. And there's a couple of options that show up immediately, but then you see there's this option here that says show more. So click on show more, because when you do that, that lets you select multiple headings at the same time before you click update. So let's take a look at the subject headings here. And I see influenza vaccines. I think I'm going to choose that one. And I see pneumonia. I'm going to choose that one. Of course, in your search, scroll through the entire list and see which ones are most relevant for you. But in my case, those are the two that I'm going to use. And then I'm going to click update. And you can see here with the search results that it has taken my number of results down from 131 down to 74. So I'm fine with that. I'm going to look through these results and see if I'm seeing anything that's helpful. Again, as I mentioned earlier, you can remove limiters if you find that it's made your search too narrow. You just click on the X next to them over here. So as you scroll through, you're going to see some different options for accessing things in full text. This first one right here, request through interlibrary loan, means we don't have it, but we can get it for you from another library. You click that link and it will open up a form for you to fill out. Full text finder is the next thing that shows up, and that means that it did not find the full text in MEDLINE Complete, but it can go outside of MEDLINE Complete to look and see if it finds the article. So you can click on that and then just follow any prompts that show up on the screen. It may ask you to click through some things if the page doesn't load automatically, so just follow the instructions on the screen. So here's an example of one that is PDF full text. So you can click right there to download the full text. Before I download the full text, I might want to read the abstract and see what it's about. So if I want to read the abstract, I can click on the title of the article. And so this brings up what's called the article record. So again, over here on the left side of the screen, you still have that PDF full text link. So if I decide I want to download it, I'm going to go there. But I can scroll down here and read the abstract. So if I decide after reading the abstract that's something that I want to save. Like I said, I can download the PDF full text, or I have some other options for saving it over here on the right side of my screen. If you're off campus, you can save it to Google Drive. If you're on campus and you're on the LGH network, you may not be able to access Google Drive. If you're on the PA College network, you should have no problem accessing it. The other option here is to email it. So I can click there, and EBSCOhost, which is the company that does Medline Complete, will send me an email with the article link in it, or with the article attachment sometimes. The only thing with that is you just want to make sure that you're checking your spam folder if it doesn't come through, because you want to make sure that the email coming from EBSCOhost did not wind up as spam. And then down here is this option for permalink. So if you click that, it opens up this link up here. It's permalink because it's short for the words permanent link. I would copy that and paste that if I wanted to put it inside a document, if I wanted to create an email that was coming from myself and send it to somebody else. But that's the link you would use. You do not want to use the link that is up top in your web URL bar up here, because that is unique to your browsing session. So if you send the link up top here, that I've just highlighted, if you would send that link to somebody, all you would be prompted to do is log back into Medline and complete your search again, because it is not the actual link that is specific to the article all the time. So this permalink that I've now highlighted is what you would want to send to somebody. So that's a brief overview of searching in Medline Complete. If you have any questions about searching, please contact the library.